Good morning, good people, and welcome to Hot 97 News. This is a brand new live news show where we talk about all the biggest stories across the country. It is Monday, February 9th. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Rondell with 2 N's and Million.
Hey.
All right, another week.
Getting
into it.
Come on,
You know
Monday.
what I mean?
I'm excited about Monday.
Yes, sir. A lot went on this weekend.
Did.
A lot to talk about, but it is still Black History Month.
Come on now.
Amen.
Come on now.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
I thought we were going to get that.
There you go.
There we go. So here is Rondell with 2 N's with your 1 minute of Black excellence.
Yes, 1 minute of Black excellence. I love this part of the day. All right, today we have Robert Smalls. Robert Smalls was an enslaved man who stole a Confederate warship in 1862, sailed it past enemy forts using their own hand signals. That just lets you know that you need to change your passwords regularly. Then he went on to free his family and others and delivered the ship to the Union. He later became a U.S. congressman and helped rewrite South Carolina's Constitution. Okay, wow. I feel like Robert Smalls has dropped. If he dropped a mixtape back like right now, it would be called "From Enslaved to Elected." All right, that's what I feel like, man. And that has been your 1 minute of Black excellence.
Let's go.
Power to the people.
That's dope. He stole a boat. That's super hard.
That is tough. That is tough. He used hand signals to get past them.
Yeah, like sign language and stuff, bro.
Okay.
which is wild, huh?
He said,
Clever, bro.
I'll maybe do that on the gang signs, you know.
my
But y'all
bad.
get it. Y'all get it.
Y'all get it. Y'all get it.
Okay, first and foremost, we got to talk about the Super Bowl. Did you actually watch the game?
Yes, I did. It was
Did
boring.
you?
Boring as all get out.
I actually realized that I was looking down for the game and looking back up for the commercials and the halftime show, and then I would look back down and keep working.
Absolutely boring.
Yeah.
The most boring thing I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah, I'm glad the Patriots lost. At one point, I was one of the biggest supporters only because of Bill Belichick and Tom Brady.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they lost because Bill Belichick never got that Hall of Fame inductee thing.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he has 8 Super Bowl rings, never got inducted into the Hall of Fame
Wow.
yet. They actually skipped over him this year. Right.
Wow, I did not know that.
Right.
Me
Yeah.
either.
Yeah. So how you gonna give the best coach ever? How you gonna skip over the best coach ever? I think they was thinking because Tom Brady got a ring without him, and then the Patriots is in the Super Bowl without him. But I'm glad they lost.
Me too.
You can't do it without Bill Belichick, baby.
Yeah. Well, you forget the Patriots. Forget Bill Belichick, forget Tom Brady. We will never forget what y'all did to us. So I am absolutely incredibly happy that y'all lost.
More importantly, the Super Bowl halftime show was great, if you ask me. It was wholesome. I know the streets were saying like, he's going to come out in a dress and he's going to make this whole thing some liberal, LGBTQ focused event. That's what the concerns were. And it was just nice. It wasn't anything.
Yeah, Kid Rock was crazy.
Whoa, what?
Not talking about Kid Rock.
That's the Super Bowl performance we talking about, right?
That is crazy.
Not talking about Kid Rock.
He came on the show today to troll. I respect it. He came on here to troll. Good job, my brother. Kid Rock. That is wild. No, I thought it was good too. I thought that I think everybody was like, I know a lot of black people were complaining that they didn't know what he was saying. But listen, we had 5 months. Y'all had 5 months to learn Spanish, okay? Y'all had 5 months. I don't know why. I don't know Spanish. I didn't know what he was saying either. I admit it. I didn't know but it was a vibe.
It's a vibe.
It was a vibe.
And that's my concern because, sometimes there's a halftime performer and you don't know their songs anyway.
Exactly.
Whether it's in Russian, English, Spanish, or whatever it is. So why are you going to act like, just because you don't know his songs, he's not speaking in English, it really matters. Sometimes you are just vibing. His songs are in the club all the time. Nobody cares. Nobody's like, hey, he's not speaking English, is he?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that was just dramatic for no reason.
It was a vibe. I like how he had the people get married. The whole thing was dope.
Yeah.
The whole thing was dope.
Nah, the visuals was spectacular. I will say that. One of the best visuals I've ever seen. Did y'all see the bushes moving?
Yeah.
The bushes was actual people moving around in the crowd. That thing was really clever. I liked how he climbed up a telephone pole or an electric pole. He did go crazy with it.
It was very intricate, and there were some cameos. I don't know if you missed them, but in one of the scenes, dancing there with I guess the rest of the dancers around them were several, I would imagine, Hispanic actors or artists that you know and love. I mean, Pedro Pascal was there. You can see Cardi B there. You can see Jessica Alba there.
Jessica Alba, where has she been at?
She still looks good too.
So, dude, where has she been at? Oh, it's bad.
But you know who hated it? Of course, the president of the United States. He thought it was terrible. He hopped on Truth Social expeditiously and said the Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible. One of the worst ever. He said it makes no sense. It is an affront to the greatness of America and doesn't represent our standards of success, creativity, or excellence. Nobody understands a word this guy is saying, and the dancing is disgusting, especially for young children that are watching from throughout the United States of America.
That's interesting.
I think that's very dramatic.
You find dancing disgusting for the children, but you don't find.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well,
we're not gonna talk about that, are we? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Did I press a button? I'm sorry. My bad. He found the dancing disgusting for children, but don't find other things disgusting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying,
We
brother.
pick up what you're putting down.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying.
You're making too much sense right now. Dylan. You're making too much sense right now, Dylan.
So other people decided to watch Turning Point USA's version of a halftime show, and that's what had Kid Rock as the headliner. And I mean, I haven't heard a Kid Rock song in I don't know how long, and I don't think he did either because he was lip syncing the whole time.
He was.
Badly. You
It
could
was
very
terrible.
clearly tell.
It was terrible, but I will say one of the best intros to a performance I have ever seen before. Like, it was just so magical. Like, he said,
What?
Kid Rock! And as he's singing it, the flag drops right behind him. Sparks start flying, and then the beat drops. I was like, he went crazy, bro. I just respect the art, bro. I just respect the art.
Okay.
People are so easily entertained with that flag drop.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was so, I don't know. It was so effortless. It seems so cool. If the lip syncing was actually like syncing,
Yeah.
I feel like he would have been like top 10 performances of all time.
Top 10
I'm sorry.
performances of all time?
The bar is low.
I will say, all right. I'm
The bar is in
exaggerating
hell.
a little bit too much. Top 10 best Super Bowl performances of all
Top
time.
10 best Super Bowl.
Still no.
What? What? Did you say top 10, dog?
Wow, the
Top
bar
10.
is low.
I mean, he went crazy, bro. Call it what you want.
You
bro.
know what? To your defense, you're young, so you didn't see all the other performances, okay? You didn't see the Michael Jacksons. You didn't see the Justin
Michael Jackson
Timberlake.
is up there.
You didn't see the Justin Timberlake and Janet Jacksons.
Yeah.
You saw the Kendrick Lamar. You know what I mean? So you didn't see, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other performances out there that top Kid Rock.
All he had was pyrotechnics. He had like some fire shootout. He had some sparks, but that was it. This man, Bad Bunny, brought out grass.
Yeah, that was real people.
grass.
Somebody got married.
Scenes.
Real live and married.
Lady
Mind
Gaga
you.
popped out.
Come on, Ricky Martin?
Boy.
When the last time you seen Ricky Martin?
I don't know who Ricky Martin is.
That's your
All right,
problem right
that's
there.
the problem. That's part of the problem. Kid Rock. Now, I'm sure Turning Point USA felt like they did what they came to do because they did get like 4 or 5 million viewers on that. People thought they had more, but it appeared as if they put bots to get those view counts up.
Definitely.
Little sus.
Definitely.
But you know, it's overall, I don't know why this got so much hype because we got bigger problems. I mean, like the
Yeah.
Super Bowl is like
Very low, bro. And then everybody kept saying, "Oh, we need to bring back a real." What did Trump say? Bring back real halftime shows or something like that. Bring back
All-American.
Bring back all American shows, aka
Yeah.
bring back the white people on the shows. And there's the thing, man. Ain't gonna happen. I hate to bring it's too much culture out here now. Jay-Z runs the Super Bowl. Sorry. Sorry.
And honestly, Puerto Rico, it is America. Like they are American. They're Puerto Rican, but like they're part of the United States of America. So it's like, what are we talking about here? I don't know. I mean, if we want to have said, you know, our whole country's life long that we're a melting pot and everybody's welcome and we don't discriminate, you know, that's what we say. We had the Statue of Liberty fact just a couple, days ago. Oh, we don't discriminate. Slavery's over and we welcome everybody. Then what's the problem?
What is the problem?
What's the problem?
I will say I didn't like the fact that I had to like use subtitles when watching. I just wasn't the biggest fan. Like, I'm American. This is an American game. This is one of the biggest sports in America, but biggest events in America. I would have liked to at least know something that he was saying. I did appreciate Lady Gaga.
That is something that is heard. I hear you.
No,
I hear
you don't, Lana.
I hear you. I hear you. At the same time, Bad Bunny plays in clubs all over America. He played, like, it's not like you took some artist that nobody knows and put him on stage in America. He is a major artist here in our country. And I think like now, like out of nowhere, people are just acting like they haven't listened to Bad Bunny.
Like all of a sudden.
Like this is, how many Grammys has he won?
A ton. And
He's,
you can't keep up with reading the subtitles? Ain't you the one that said you go to the library?
I do. I do.
So
you're right.
So
but
wait,
what
so
I'm
you
saying
ain't want
is
so
I also just don't feel like I was vibing to the music also. It's like, I don't know. I feel like the set design was way more better than the actual music that he was playing, the actual performance. And that's why I said Kid Rock is top 10. Kid Rock is top 10.
Let me just give you these numbers real quick. Bad Bunny had 135 million, by the way, views. The most watched Super Bowl halftime show of all time.
Right.
He's topped
I didn't know
everybody.
That. Wow.
Yeah.
Topped everybody. You can't, numbers don't lie. Numbers.
Platforms. Come on now, that's different because it's a platform versus platform. And mind you, I'm not trying to compare Kid Rock versus Bad Bunny.
Okay. As long as you're not doing that.
Actually, I just looked it up. How many Grammys do you think Bad Bunny has?
I don't know, like 10, 30.
Okay, hold on. Let me look it up. How many Grammys has
10 to 30 is crazy, right?
He's gotten a total of 6 Grammy Awards.
Oh wow, I was
He
way
just
off.
had 3.
How many do you think Kid Rock has?
None.
Approximately.
None. Yeah,
0.
Kid Rock has
I'm
no
not worried
Grammys.
about that.
0.
Bro, I'm not trying to make an argument for Kid Rock. All I'm saying was that intro was crazy. Watch the intro and y'all tell me if I'm crazy.
Okay, so if Bad Bunny had Kid Rock's intro, would you have liked Bad Bunny's performance?
I did like Bad Bunny's performance. It just wasn't topping Kid Rock's at the time. Dang.
All right.
I just like Kid Rock's.
You're right.
The whole Turning Point USA, they folded. I think it was really boring. But when Kid Rock came out, I got to give him kudos.
Kid Rock, you got a fan.
You got one fan. You got one of us.
You got him.
Okay, but like it does open up a wider conversation about just the fact that a lot of people don't like what's going on in this country one way or another. And even some people on our Team USA at the Olympics were called anti-American for what they said about the climate here in the U.S. right now. So these are U.S. freestyle skiers that were talking about representing the United States ahead of opening ceremony, and they were asked about wearing the American flag. So you had Hunter Hess, who's a first-time Olympian actually, on halfpipe, said that it brings up mixed emotions to represent the United States right now because he says that there's just a lot going on that he's not the biggest fan of, and wearing the flag doesn't mean he's necessarily endorsing everything that we got going on here in the United States. It's kind of for him about representing just, his family, his friends, and the positive things that he believes in about this country. You also had Chris Lillis, who was an Olympic medalist, say he loves the United States, that he would not want to represent any other country, but that he is still heartbroken about what's happening here. And he felt like the country should respect everybody's rights and treat all people with love and respect. And he said that he basically hopes that that is the America that's seen through the athletes there and what they're doing. So what do y'all think about that?
I think it's a hard discussion when you're going through these Olympic villages and you're having to talk to these other countries and these other countries are coming up to USA and probably looking at us like, oh my God, we hate y'all, bro.
Yeah.
We hate y'all so much. And then y'all have to defend.
Yeah.
You have to be the one to defend. Like, hey, it's not all of us. It's not me. I don't rock with ICE. I didn't want to, do anything that he got going on. That's a hard thing to probably have to do when you're in the Olympics, because when you go to any other country and you're representing USA.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yes, I am a United States of American. I'm a citizen. Yes, I love United States. But dog, I don't like what they're doing. And I agree with y'all. Like, yes, you probably look at it as a terrible thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I would love to be a fly on the wall at, like, as they walk into some of those situations. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I agree with him. I definitely agree with him. If I was in the Olympics, I would wear the colors proudly, but still like I don't, to be totally honest with you, I don't really know how black people do the Olympics like that for United States, to be honest. I mean, that's just me being honest. Like when all that stuff be going down, when the police were killing, hey dog, that's hard.
So what did you make of it?
I feel like, it's okay to criticize your government.
Yeah.
I kind of feel skeptical when you're criticizing your government on a global scale. You're criticizing it in front of other people, other companies. Like, when you have business at home and you want to keep your home business, you don't want to talk too negatively about your home, your house. And then when you go out in public, you're supposed to be representing us at that. Talking negatively about it is kind of shaky. But I mean, like I said, I love the fact that people have their own minds. You can be an American and love America completely and then criticize America at the same time. I just think it was a better time to do that. But hey, it is what it is.
I hear you. And you're so right. Like, honestly, what is more American than being able to criticize our government? You know what I mean? Like, some countries, you can't. So, even if you don't like what they said, I do respect the fact that they could say it. But like you said, they're also in a climate where they're probably having to explain a couple of things, because it's not like what's going on here is just like within the United States and nobody else knows about it. People were actually protesting outside of the Olympics, and it was in part because of ICE. So people in Italy know what's going on here, and they were also making their voices heard about this. Now, it wasn't just ICE. They were also upset about just the environmental impact of the Olympics and the cost of the Olympics. People say it's just too expensive, and just the scale of spending for this just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, they were also saying, they didn't want ICE there. ICE was brought there to help basically run security in some kind of way. And I really don't understand that, because ICE is immigration enforcement. In Italy, you're the immigrant. So what are y'all just kicking yourselves out? Like, that doesn't even make, why are y'all there?
So
I didn't get it.
That's so real.
But yeah, so there were upwards of like 10,000 people at one of those protests, with people described as being either men, women, students, families with children. I mean, it just was like a mixed bag of them. So it is interesting when you think about having to go to the Olympics and see all these people from different countries and explain what your country is up to. Matter of fact, JD Vance got booed at the Olympics. So it's not just people here in the United States who are kind of critical of what's going on right now. JD Vance was booed at the Winter Olympics with his wife, who was standing right beside him, which, she really is just like, hold on, wait a minute. I don't want smoke like this. But it happened when they were in like opening ceremony. Just a camera had panned over to them, and everybody just started booing. I won't say everybody. Some people were noted as cheering. Some people were noted as jeering. But there was apparently a very audible boo. A chorus of boos is how it was described, in fact. And I thought it was even more interesting that apparently NBC cut that out of the broadcast. Now, NBC has exclusive rights to film everything Olympics. So since they cut it out, a lot of people here may not have seen it, because they cut the broadcast when that boo situation was happening. And even the announcers were saying, audible boos here for JD Vance. So they cut that and just played it to where it said JD Vance. And obviously people could see on social media what really happened, because Canada and literally anybody outside of the United States would have aired it as it happened. And so it is interesting when you think about how censorship happens just like that.
I mean, it's censorship, but at the same time, again, this is our house. Whether we like it or not, this is where we stay at. We don't agree with some of the things, that's fine. But at the same time, it's like, we're not going to put it out there that we getting booed around the whole entire country. That just makes us look bad as a whole. We got to stick beside our own. At the end of the day, he's one of the people that's running the house. We got to kind of stick beside him unless we're ready to get up out the house. Unless y'all ready to get up out of here, we got to support him. Show some support on a global standpoint, at least.
Well, these were people who were at the Olympics booing. These weren't like America. In fact, the Team USA was not booed. They cheered when Team USA came out, but then when it cut to JD Vance, he was booed.
Right.
So it wasn't the United States that was shown in a bad light. It was kind of him and by extension, his policies.
Well, I was just talking about NBC in general. If I'm NBC,
I see what you're saying.
wouldn't even put that out there, because again, it's like we got to represent our country in a good light.
But as a news organization, it's kind of your job to tell people what happened, not to tell them what you want or like what looks the best. That's that's propaganda, honestly. Like if I see that and I say, man, JD Vance didn't deserve that. I love what JD Vance is doing. That sucks. I wonder why people on a world stage are booing him. That's strange. In fact, Trump was asked about it, and this is what Trump had to say.
The president got booed during the opening ceremony. What do you make of that, Frosty?
Oh, is that true? Is that right?
Yeah.
It's surprising because people like him. Well, I mean, he is in a foreign country, in all fairness, but he doesn't get booed in this country.
Vice President got booed during the opening ceremony.
What do you that was interesting, because that actually acknowledged that it even happened. If NBC didn't air it and you only saw it on NBC, you would have no clue what he was talking about. You know what I mean? The president is the one who validated it for me, because online you never know who's lying. That's what my concern with NBC was. You just straight up censored. Us.
Yeah, have y'all ever been booed before?
No.
Let me explain something to y'all. Booing, getting booed is the worst feeling.
I bet.
I've been doing stand-up for almost 17 years. I've been booed a few times.
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you, you don't want to live anymore after you get booed. I'm trying to tell you that. Getting booed will make you feel like my life doesn't mean nothing. I'm trying to tell you, bro. So, JD Vance, I feel for you.
Yeah.
Getting booed is the worst feeling ever, bro. Just imagine you thinking people like you and you just a sea of boo. Boy, that hurts your heart
And
so
your
bad.
wife is
And
standing beside you.
Oh, dog, I've been.
Kids gotta see it.
Bruh, I done been booed with I had brought a girl to a show one time and got booed off stage and had to ride home with her.
Ooh.
That was a silent ride home. I'd never talk to that girl ever again after that, bro. I hope you see this, though, because I made it.
Was she supportive or was it just quiet?
Was she supportive? No, she wasn't supportive, dog. No, we didn't talk at all in the car.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro, getting booed is the worst.
But I mean, what do we expect as Americans? You know, we know that like I say all the time, we're number one. That comes with haters. So
For
people
sure.
was gonna hate. He should have known. Everybody should have known. That's not something I wouldn't expect. If Donald Trump was there, he'd probably get him booed too.
Oh, straight up.
But like historically, that doesn't really happen. Like it's not like the U.S. just always gets booed because we've always been number one. This is like unique, I would say. In fact, he got booed twice. There was reporting that he was booed again the next day while leaving a U.S. versus Finland women's hockey game. Yeah. There were also 4 athletes representing Israel who were booed when they walked out there during the opening ceremony. So you're kind of seeing the ramifications of some of these decisions that have been made. And, you know, to kind of everyone's point who's felt bad for those athletes, they don't have any choice in what their government is doing any more than we do, any more than anybody out there is doing. That's why if you are going to boo, I'm glad it was actually to one of the decision makers, even though, you know, the Olympics committee was like, you know, let's not boo. Let's just kind of keep it nice here. But it is interesting when you think about politics entering it, because remember we were talking about the Russians. The Russians weren't even allowed to claim Russia. Right. They literally had to go on as like independent athletes who were just separate from a nation just to be able to compete. And they had to, you know, say that they don't support the war in Russia and completely separate themselves. And I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, it's super interesting because they weren't able to do it because of violations in the Olympic charter, in the Olympics charter, violation of peace and human right dignity principles that they have. They have politicization of like sports. So like Russia was politicizing the sport, and then violation of peace, that goes without saying. I always thought that it's weird that, you know, Russia was able to, Russia is barred from actually being in the Olympics, but Israel is able to be there in general still too.
It is kind of a double standard,
right?
Because you kind of see parallels between what's happening with both countries. We all saw tens of thousands of Palestinians get, killed in a country, and that you can't unsee that. You can't unknow that when a country, shows up to go compete in some games. And, they weren't made to separate from Israel the way the Russians were made to separate. And Russia's been accused of taking a lot of lives in Ukraine as well. So, yeah, man, it's weird. It is weird.
It is weird. I mean, just looking at their rules, the charter explicitly commits the Olympic movement to peaceful coexistence and respect for human dignity. So they're saying Russia crossed that line. Israel didn't. I'm just saying, it's just something to look at. The fact that they're able to have athletes there was like mind-boggling to me.
Yeah. I mean, I know that Israel would probably say theirs was more retaliation. Like they had a terrorist attack first, and so they were just getting revenge in a situation where they were allowed to defend themselves. But how far does that go when you're talking about tens of thousands of people and, wiping a whole city off the map, reducing it to rubble? I don't know, So something to follow if you are still watching the Olympics. It's still going on. Also, and I know this is going to run us into the next half hour because there's a lot to be said about this. There have been a few updates in the Nancy Guthrie case that a lot of people did not see coming. So Nancy Guthrie, of course, is NBC News anchor Savannah Guthrie's 84-year-old mom. She was abducted from her home about a week ago, and Savannah Guthrie and her siblings just left another message on Instagram. And here's what they said.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Okay, I'm not. You know what? Know what? Know what? It looked like I can't do it no more. I can't.
No, please.
Bro.
Please.
What can't you do? That's a strong family right there.
Man.
That obviously they cry off of the camera like so much that when they do, they get all their tears off camera, and then when they do come on to camera, they're like really strong and together. You know, that's so beautiful. I mean, I love the fact that you know that they're able to do that.
I ain't playing with y'all today.
What? They're a strong family.
I'm not playing with y'all today.
Listen, if you want to get into the opinions section of this,
yes.
it is a situation that now has a lot of people scratching their heads.
Exactly.
A lot of people wonder how they would act and what they would say and what they would do and how they would look if they were, to be going on camera and talking about their mom who's been abducted and has been gone for a week and needs medication and is probably in pain. Her blood was found at the door. Saying that this is very valuable to us. She's very valuable to us. You know what I mean? Like, just certain things have been a little strange with this case, and we can actually get into all of this in depth when we come back in a couple of minutes.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 Mornings with Mero. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all.
Let's go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. We're here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What it do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
this sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.
Welcome back to Hot 97 News, everybody. When we left you, we were talking about just some things that people did not see coming with this Nancy Guthrie case. And what I think has been very interesting is that law enforcement has gone back to Nancy Guthrie's house 4 times. 4 times. So they went initially, of course, when she was first reported missing. And then a couple nights later, on February 4th, FBI went back to the house using canines. And then on February 6th, on Friday, investigators went back to the house to look at the surrounding areas, and they towed a car. They removed a camera. And then on Sunday, they went back to the house, and they went behind the house for about 20 minutes. And they weren't just revisits. They were doing completely different operations. Like, they didn't just process it and move on like normal. Like, they kept going back and doing different things.
Almost like they're stacking up evidence, maybe?
I actually just looked into it because I didn't know if this was normal or not. And this says that usually investigators would do one major processing of a scene and then only go back if new evidence or leads require it. It's less common, not unheard of, but less common to return multiple times over several days with different purposes.
Interesting, y'all. We might be seeing something unfold here. This is a good story. I mean, not over, like, you know, it's just interesting.
This is fishy.
It's interesting.
This is very fishy. A lot of things are going on that I can't answer, and that's what's making me mad because it's so much blurry stuff right now. It's just blurry. Look, I'm not here to say this person did it or that person did it or this is that. I'm not here to give my theory on what's going on. That's not what I'm here to do. But what I am here to do is say that a lot of this looks out of place. A lot of these things that are happening do look out of the ordinary. You know what I mean? A lot of things that the family is doing looks a little out of the ordinary. You know, and I could be totally wrong. And, you know, God forbid I am, you know what I mean? But it just looks out of place. That's all I'm saying. I'm not here to shun the family, say that they did it or say that they didn't do it. That's not what I'm here to do. That's not my job. I'm not no police officer. I don't know nothing. It just all I'm saying is what I see.
Well, in a strange twist, investigators did go to the sister's house. So this is Savannah Guthrie's sister, which would be the victim, Nancy's daughter, Annie. They went to Annie's house, and multiple outlets reported that they were there for like 2 hours, more than 2 hours. And that's a home that's just 4 miles away from where Nancy lives. Apparently, they moved items like a white suitcase and a brown bag, and they haven't said why they were there.
We're on to you.
Or are they like what? Like
whoever you is.
Yeah.
We're on to you. Yeah.
You know, and it's a situation where there's multiple cameras that were at the house, no video. So there was a doorbell camera that was disconnected around 1:47 in the morning. That was a key window, according to investigators. The system then reportedly logged a person or motion alert around 2:12, but officials said no usable videos. Outlets also reported the doorbell mount appeared empty as if it were removed, which, you know, adds another layer of like, why don't you have the video then? I mean, because I would then see you walking up and taking the video camera off, you know, presumably. And so apparently they say that she wasn't paying for that subscription service to keep the video. So they caught something, but they don't have any footage.
Where is Inspector Gadget when we need him? Good God. I mean, geez, Louise, it's so much going on that it's almost distracting what's really probably going on within this whole thing. Like, it's so much, like, she's over here and this. It's a lot going on that we really don't know. And I it's not even that I want answers. I just want the mom to be found. Where, you know, like, that's where I'm at with it right now. Regardless of who did it, why they did it, I just want the mom to be found.
This poor woman.
Bruh, what? Like, what?
Yeah, when you think about it, it is just fishy how, like, the perpetrator was able to know about the mom. Like, nobody typically, like, I'm not doing no research. If I have some gripes with Savannah, the star of
the NBC newscast,
NBC News, if I had gripes with her, you would think that somebody would do something to her, maybe her children. I'm not necessarily saying I'm going for the mother. And then finding out information, like, you would have to be really, like, close to the scene almost to know where somebody's mom is staying.
Almost like in the family, almost.
Almost. It's giving Scooby-Doo, bro.
They're giving very Scooby-Doo.
Well, okay, so there was an expert that was talking about this on Fox News, actually. So I just kind of tuned into the report. This is a retired NYPD sergeant who says that this case does not resemble a typical ransom kidnapping at all. He was saying, like, if getting money was the motive, why would you target an older woman? That brings all sorts of concerns for you about just health issues and having to keep them alive if they're taking medication you didn't grab. Like, you've now given yourself an extra thing to worry about as you're trying to just get money. He says that the level of media attention surrounding the case is also very abnormal because kidnappings typically rely on anonymity. Like, you wouldn't want this much attention. This isn't like a TV show. You know, in real life, it doesn't go down like this.
That's so real, bro. That is so real.
So he says, especially a news reporter at NBC where it's going to be major news, and then to send the thing to TMZ on top of it's kind of just overkill, according to this guy, Ken, who's a retired NYPD sergeant. And then just the fact that a ransom scheme in general requires a lot of planning and technical capabilities here. So you'd have to have a strong VPN with a strong signal. And then if you're contacting them through Bitcoin wallets, you know, you have to know how all that stuff works. So it can't just be some rando because, you know, they're tracking us all the time. You know what I mean? You say, I like oranges, and suddenly you're getting like orange ads. You know what I mean? They're clearly tracking us and have the capabilities. So the fact that like they've been able to get away with this for over a week.
Yeah. I don't know. It definitely throws me off because I'm looking at it right now. It says that Nancy was a Christian Bible teacher. She didn't have much money. If there's somebody that's, you know, you're going for money, you're targeting for money, it's like, I'm not going to target the mom. I guess they're assuming that, you know, Nancy actually does have the money.
No,
but Savannah has money, but that's, again, it's still fishy.
Here's what, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, they're reportedly asking for, I've seen numbers as much as $5 to $6 million in Bitcoin. So, I mean, they are thinking they have something.
This is what really made me like, my head starts spinning and my wheels start moving is when they asked for $2,500 for the for the help
information.
Yeah. So that made me think like, man, they probably sat around a table, started talking, and were like, whoever this was like, hey, how much money do they usually ask for? How much money is $2,500 enough? Do you think? Should we go higher? Or is 25? That's what got my wheels turning. Like, hey man, they ain't never done this before. Whoever is this is their first time doing this, so they don't know what they're doing. So yeah, man, it's a lot. Like, once again, no three of us, uno, dos, tres. We not saying nobody did it.
Exactly.
We don't know nothing. All we saying is this is a little bit fishy and it's a little bit suspicious. It don't seem right. That's all we saying.
And some people are starting to say, and you know, who knows if it is or if it isn't, but just some people are at least noting that this is taking a lot of attention away from the Epstein files. And we now know that lawmakers are about to get to see unredacted versions of the Epstein files. They're going to get to pour through 3 million pages of the released documents starting today. So there's been a lot of names we've seen in those emails that have been redacted, and people have been like, why are we redacting who he was emailing? Like, are we exposing them or are we not? And so lawmakers are going to have to give the DOJ at least a 24 hours notice before reviewing the materials, and only they can review it, not their staffers. They can review those files on DOJ computers in Washington, but they can't make any electronic copies. In fact, they can't even bring any electronics in. They can just take notes. But I think that's great.
Yeah, I think it's great too. I especially think it's great because before they actually go into the Epstein, the subpoena that they have out with Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, they'll actually have information. I don't know if they could ask them the information that they have, but I would hope that they're able to be like, okay, so this name was here. What do you feel about that? Like, we found this once it was unredacted. I wonder if they'll be able to use that to question the Clintons when it's time for them to come on stand.
That'd be great. Yeah. Because we know that Hillary and Bill Clinton are both saying, like, yeah, we want smoke. In fact, Hillary posted something on X first, and she was saying, hey, for 6 months, we engaged Republicans on the Oversight Committee in good faith. We told them what we know under oath. They ignored all of it. They moved the goalpost and turned accountability into an exercise in distraction. So let's stop these games. If you want this fight, Representative James Comer, let's have it in public. You love to talk about transparency. There's nothing more transparent than a public hearing, cameras on. We will be there. So she says that, and then Bill Clinton hops on the mic. meaning on X. And he says, I have called for the full release of the Epstein files. I provided a sworn statement of what I know. And just this week, I've agreed to appear in person before the committee. It's still not enough for Republicans on the House Oversight Committee. So now Chairman Comer says he wants cameras, but only behind closed doors. Who benefits from this? Not the victims. Who deserve the justice here? Not the public. Who deserve the truth here? It serves only partisan interests. This is not fact-finding. It is politics, and I will not sit idly as they use me as a prop in a closed-door kangaroo court by a Republican Party running scared. He says if they want answers, let's stop the games and do this the right way. Public hearing, where the American people can see for themselves what this is really about.
Okay, Bill. Now listen. Now look, I ain't gonna hold you. That was strong word. But this could be all the Uno card. A reverse. Like, hey, I'm gonna reverse it so all the eyes are not on me no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This could be a reverse. But Bill, them some big words, big dog. Some big words, big dog.
I was personally it's funny you say Uno because I was looking at it as poker.
Okay.
You know how when you play poker, sometimes you have to bluff. I think I right now what I'm seeing with the Clintons is it's a bluff. They know that they don't want to put out certain information to the public because it could mess up the whole entire system.
For sure.
So they're like, okay, so if you really want a subpoena, if y'all really are about that life, put it out to the public. Like we know good and gosh darn well they don't want that to happen.
Nah.
They don't want that to happen.
That's that reverse right there.
Yeah.
Especially to your point, if they can go and look at redacted files and then come up in there with pointed questions.
Right.
So what is this about? Because y'all know last time they already had that picture of him in the blue dress.
Yeah.
And you know they were waiting to be like, so what is this about?
Exactly.
Right.
Why does he have this of you? Did you see this in his living room? Were you okay with it being there? You know they had all their questions prepared.
Right. Yeah, Bill did his big one with that one, bro.
Yeah.
That was I don't know who's in your corner talking to you, bro, but that was a bold move, a smart move at that. Because dog, you just reversed it on him. Yeah, show them files. If I'm getting in trouble, everybody getting in trouble.
That's the thing that scares me though. It's like, okay, so what will the public actually do if we find out that, because we already found out a lot of information that could put a lot of people away. Like you would think. Why is the public not in an uproar about this yet? Like I'm saying, like full on riots, full on people, destroying buildings. I'm not calling action to it, but we know that the elites are doing very bad things. How much is it going to take for us, the little people, to rebel?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man, because it does seem like it's clear that powerful, very influential people in governments and just beyond are involved in some very weird, if not illegal-ish.
Right.
And it's like, bro, nobody's going down. Matter of fact, Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's former girlfriend, is testifying today. She was the one who was convicted of child sex trafficking for her role in Epstein's crimes back in 2021. Child sex trafficking to who? Because y'all keep saying nobody's going to jail. You haven't found anything, so why is that lady in jail? She needs to be there. Everybody's just pretending like, oh, we don't have anybody to go after anymore. So she's testifying before a congressional committee today, and her lawyer is already letting y'all know right now she plans to plead the fifth.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's what they said.
Wow.
So lawmakers were hoping that this could finally answer some of the biggest unanswered questions. Cough, cough, who the clients were. Cough, cough, name them. They're accused of raping and abusing women and girls. You know what I mean? And who ordered her prison transfer? That lady got moved to a minimum security prison where a whistleblower claims right now she has gotten to play with puppies. She gets hand-delivered custom meals to her cell and takes meetings in a private room with snacks for her guests.
Wow.
In prison for child sex trafficking. Now, Nobody wants to be upset about that. Nobody think that's a little weird?
Like, because she got that, she got all this information on folks. I think she got too much information on folks. And it's like, that's what I be thinking. That's what I think.
You're right. But again, it's like, what do we even keep on fighting for, people? Like, if we are fighting for these files to get released, like, we have more than enough things out there. Like, at this point, it's like, how much more do we need to actually do something about it? To actually get something popping? Because this is crazy to me.
I don't know. I mean, but she is going to be doing her appearance from her prison where she's living lavishly. So she's just going to appear remotely. She's not even going to get drug in there. And News Nation is reporting that Congress should expect little beyond a brief prepared statement. Why is this allowed?
Dang, she pleading the fifth too is crazy.
And I'm letting y'all know.
Yeah.
I'm about to plead the fifth.
I'm not saying nothing.
I saw that the Clintons could get on when they actually do go for the subpoena. They could possibly do the same thing also. They don't necessarily have to answer the questions because it's not a criminal case at all. Like, no charges are brought upon them.
But you can't pop off in a tweet like that and then get up there and plead the fifth.
Oh, yeah, you got to stand.
Know what I mean?
You have to stand 10 toes on that one, bro.
Who wants to put money down that they going to do it? I guarantee you they going to do it. They're probably... Like, I see them talking big. They're trying to scare Congress into doing this, but it's like they know good and gosh darn well they don't want to go down for this. They know they could go down for this.
Bill and Hillary Clinton have been saying that this is a witch hunt, that they know nothing, that they're not a part of this, that, the times that Bill's name is all up and down in those files is just, it's not any more sketchy than Trump's name being in there more than, a lot of the big names that we've been hearing about. So if Trump gets to skirt along and still be the president of the United States, what are we talking about here? Clearly the rest of us are also probably fine and just totally innocent. And that's what the FBI has said. Everybody's totally innocent here. Nothing to see here. So yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell's probably sitting there like, why am I in jail? And I'm curious what Bill and Hillary Clinton are going to get up there and say. And if they say just a bunch of like, we know nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I don't know Epstein like that. It's like,
they folded. Yeah, they would.
Because you just big popping in them X posts.
Yeah, they would have folded. I gotta lose respect for them if they get up there and don't really pop their stuff, bro. Like,
I want y'all to name names.
Yeah. They need to. Also, I was thinking about this the other day, man. They arrested Diddy and R. Kelly real quick. You know what I mean? They got them up out of here real fast. Like, it's taking them so long to get these people up out of here.
Right.
It's taking them so long to get these people up out of here, bro. Like, and that's the really upsetting part about this. Is like, hey, man, it's clear as day now. Everything is here. Everything is here. Let's start logging them up.
Yeah.
Log them up. Log them up.
Because essentially what they're saying is the files that actually have been found and the research and the tons of investigating that actually happened by the FBI was just unwarranted. It was just BS. Like, there was no reason why it was put out there. Like, so you're telling me that the FBI stacked up all this evidence for nothing?
Yeah.
Like, they can stack up all this evidence against somebody and it could still not be true? That is so backwards to me.
It didn't implicate anybody?
Right.
You got millions of files and nobody?
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody looks a little fishy to you?
Yeah.
That's why it would be interesting if Bill and Hillary Clinton get up there and say, look, we don't know anything, but I, wink, wink, would look into this person, this person, this person, this person. Because even if you were just around Jeffrey Epstein, that doesn't necessarily mean you were involved in anything, but you might have seen some things. Right. You might have been able to be asked a pointed question and say, well, here's where I would look. So, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
In the meantime, there was an immigrant that was reportedly beaten so badly he ended up with a fractured skull. And I said, yeah, he ran into a wall.
He ran into a wall.
That's what I said. He claims that he was beaten by ICE agents so badly he had a fractured skull, and they said, yeah, he ran into a wall.
Repeatedly. Obviously, he ran into a wall repeatedly.
So here's what happened. There's a man, his name is Alberto Castaneda. And he says that his memory was jumbled, actually, after getting beaten by immigration officers to the point that he initially couldn't remember he had a daughter, couldn't remember, like, memories with his daughter, and it was really bad. He says he does remember, though, what happened. He says ICE agents were pulling him over, actually from a friend's car, and that happened on January 8th. It happened in Minnesota. He claims that ICE threw him to the ground, handcuffed him, punched him, and struck him in the head with a steel baton, dragged him into an SUV, took him to a detention facility where he says he was beaten again. And then he says he was taken to the emergency room and was told he had 8 skull fractures and 5 life-threatening brain hemorrhages.
Oh, my God.
But he ran into a wall. So the nurses hear that line that he ran into a wall. And they were like, yeah, that's like, there's literally no way that's a thing. The CT scan showed fractures to the front, back, and both sides of his skull. So
he just did a 360 of head hits.
Just bobbing around? What are we talking about here?
Just going this the whole
Bruh,
Yeah.
He ran into a corner, y'all. He got
it just
and then rolled.
he ran into a corner and did that.
Ricocheted his head back and forth a few times.
We can't say what actually happened, but a doctor told the AP at least that these injuries were inconsistent with a fall, and he's saying he didn't bang his head into the wall. So, it's stories like these that have the people saying ICE could use a little use of force training.
Yeah, they definitely can. They definitely can.
Especially because apparently I looked into this and those steel batons can be used to hit the arms, legs, and body, but hitting someone's head or neck or spine is considered potentially deadly force. So that's something that you can only do if you literally think your life is in danger. It's like akin to using a gun.
Is that deadly? Good God.
But steel baton, I guess. Yeah. I think they use that to like bust car windows open. So it's like if you...
I thought it was a hollow piece of steel, but it's like full steel.
I guess so.
Let me look this up real quick.
I don't know what the make is, but yeah, man. And so this man technically was in the country illegally. Apparently, he originally entered the U.S. legally in March 2022, but then ICE later determined that he overstayed his visa. So he wasn't technically legally in the United States at the time he was arrested, but it wasn't a situation where he snuck in here. And in fact, I'd have to look up to see how many years that temporary visa was good for, years or months.
Yeah.
But, I wonder if we're talking about a year gap, 2 year gap, month gap. I'm getting the paperwork together. I don't know, but it is,
So I just looked this up.
Situation.
I just looked this up. So police batons, and I'm pretty sure ICE is probably using the same batons. There's two different kinds. There's one that's a hollow steel. Those are the expandable ones the ones that do like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the old school straight batons, the nightsticks. I'm guessing those are the solid ones. So, it is a possibility that either or hurt. Getting hit in the head by steel anything hurts.
That's crazy.
Can't believe they tried to play it like my man ran into a wall, though, bro. What in the world? What are we talking about? Ran into a wall, dog?
How?
What are we talking about?
How could you run into a wall but you fracture your skull? You know what I mean? If I was trying to, how much force? You'd have to have a running start at that point.
It's a running and jumping. They got to run and jump into it. They jump into it.
It's not funny. It's just so absurd.
It's not funny, but it is wild, though, brother. That's the claim that they're making, that he just fractured his skull by, like, running into a wall. You could have said anything. Maybe slamming your head in the door, like, doing one of those, but running into a wall?
8 skull fractures.
It doesn't surprise me after seeing how they did Alex Preddy. They basically tried to spin the narrative with him when he first got shot at. You know? It's this government is definitely like disappointing me.
Those officials claimed it was a brick wall.
A brick wall.
So it at least
sound like, you know what that sound like? I don't know if y'all ever heard the stories of the dudes that be cheating with the hickeys on their neck and be like, girl, how you get that hickey on your neck? Oh, I got shot by a paintball. No, you didn't. Somebody was sucking on your neck. Somebody was sucking on. That's what it sound like. Yeah, how you get the fractures on your skull? Yeah, I ran into a wall multiple times. No, you didn't. No, you did.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Also today, okay. This is actually something that we've been kind of floating around and trying to bring to you guys for days now. If you don't know, Melania Trump has a documentary that she just released. It opened in theaters, and it actually got Michelle Obama's documentary up 13,000%.
Yeah, it was crazy. So Melania dropped this story, her background story, and it was talking about her early life before entering the U.S. and before entering politics. In it, she talks about like her life inside the White House and her role as First Lady and all types of things. So initially when it came out, it received 5% on Rotten Tomatoes. It received 5% on Rotten Tomatoes. And like Lana said earlier, the percentages during the time of the release for Becoming by Michelle Obama, a story talking about Michelle Obama and her time as First Lady, shot through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Becoming's Rotten Tomatoes score is 93%. So compare the two. Which I think people has chose, who they like more.
It is interesting because, I would feel so disrespected. In fact, y'all are so disrespectful for doing this. This lady drops a documentary and y'all run to Michelle Obama's documentary to get those numbers up instead. That is crazy. I think this is partly Melania's fault because you don't ever hear from that lady.
Never.
That lady does not pop up for anything.
Right.
She's got about like 2-3 things that like she kind of has to be there for, the Christmas decoration. And she's like done like 4 or 5 things I've seen her. Like she had some effort with like social media and kids. But really she's never talked to y'all.
Never.
So when you say, oh, I'm about to drop a documentary, like, do you guys want to watch? Do you talk to me?
Yeah.
Like, you don't talk to me.
Right. And a lot of people didn't really watch. So they spent about $40 million just to make the movie. Guess how much they earned during the release?
How much?
$7 million.
$7 million?
$7 million.
You know what? I actually heard it was a lot lower, so I'm surprised that it got up.
$7 million in its opening weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, but apparently it's the strongest documentary that has been released in over a decade. So I guess she gets a W with
According to who?
Yeah, because I've seen some documentaries that are way better than that, man. What? In a decade? In a decade?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's 10 years.
But released in theaters, though. That's basically what they're saying. Documentaries released in theaters that actually got that amount of it.
Yeah, of course.
Well, what's the competition?
I was literally about to say that.
Right.
What documentary's been released in theaters in the past 10 years? All on Netflix, bro. But yeah, of course you're going to win that. Like, what was she? I would like to know what she was talking about in that documentary, or what was her struggles.
I do too.
Let's go watch it.
No, I'm
Let's
okay.
go show some support.
No, I'm good.
I'm actually curious too. You're not curious?
Give me back the clip notes.
I might go watch it just to see what it's about. Like, what are you talking about, girl?
Okay. I'll wait till it gets on Prime.
Yeah, her audience.
I'm not going to buy a ticket. Yeah.
Guess what? Just picture what her audience is. What do you think her audience looks like?
A bunch of nerdy white dudes.
I think older white women.
Sit behind
Older
a
white
computer.
women. Yeah. So the initial age range for the people that attended was 55, and there were white women.
Really?
Yeah, 55.
Because you'd want to know.
Women.
Because I was talking to somebody else about this, and they said like basically for a certain demographic, like older white women, Melania is like winning. She is the first lady. She's be in charge of the country. She's rich. She's in these glamorous places. She, has like, there's no higher position a woman can have, really. So, good on her. But that is going to do it for this part of the show. We have a lot of Atlanta stories coming at you after the break.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 mornings with Mero. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all.
Let's go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. Chris here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What it do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
this sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.
You are watching Hot 97 TV.
Good morning, ATL, and welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. This is a brand new live news show where we talk about all the biggest things happening in the city. It is Monday, February 9th. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Ronzell with 2 N's.
What's happening?
And Million.
Hey.
And on this Black History Month, you know we're going to talk about some Black history. There
you go.
So here is Ronzell with 2 N's with your 1 minute of Black excellence.
1 minute of Black excellence, yes. And today's fact is Robert Smalls was an enslaved man who stole a Confederate warship in 1862. Now, look, he sailed it past enemy forts using their own signals. And this, my friend, is why you need 2-factor authentication, okay? He then goes on to free his family and others and deliver the ship to the Union. Here's the best part. He later became a U.S. congressman and helped rewrite South Carolina's Constitution. This is why, which explains why this story isn't in the textbook, because it makes too much sense. And this is 1 minute of Black excellence, baby.
Amen.
You know what's crazy about that? The fact that you stole a whole ship and then ended up as a lawmaker. You've lived like the craziest life.
Craziest.
You know what I mean? Like that probably feels like a whole other like lifetime ago person by the time you're like a lawmaker.
But stealing the ship ain't no joke back then. Like, and you a slave, you don't really know what you're doing with the ship either. You know what I'm saying? You just out there like, you just out there with it, bro. You really don't know what you're doing.
And you use their hand signals.
Like, yeah. Hey, who goes there?
He knows it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's like, oh my God, I did it.
All right, Sir White Man, you're good to go.
Crazy. So that's awesome. So yeah, we're going to hit you with one of those every day of Black History Month. So look forward to that. Meanwhile, we have an update that nobody was hoping for. Man, a body was found in a pond near Atlanta, and it is believed to be Lil Jon's son.
That's upsetting, man. I actually rode past. I live up in around the Milton area, and I rode past, and I saw like all the crime. I saw the crime scene, or where it was happening. So, this story has so much going on because it's like what?
Yeah,
like what? Running out the house naked, 6 a.m. What's going on?
No
Leaving
phone.
your phone?
Yeah.
Found in a pond?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
What? Like, at this point, I need a ton of answers.
Yeah. So the pond that he was found in is near his home in Milton, which is just north of Atlanta. And they found him on Friday, and around noon, divers from the Cherokee County Fire Department basically announced that, yeah, like we found somebody. It had been like about a week or so, or a couple days, I would say, actually, that he had been reported missing. It was earlier in that week. But police said that he left his home early Tuesday morning, just under unusual circumstances, kind of what Rondell was talking about. He was on foot, didn't have his phone. People were kind of immediately concerned that he was disoriented and probably needed some help. There was a missing person poster of him shared on social media, and people were just kind of wondering what was happening. And yeah, this just came to an end that everybody was hoping wasn't going to be the case, you know?
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking. You know, like I said, Lil Jon, it seems like he was in watching his interview at one point in time, it seemed like he was changing his life for the better. He had stopped drinking for a while. He had gotten more heavily into spirituality, and like to hear that this has happened to you, I just really hope and pray that like this doesn't cause something to happen, like maybe relapse or something like that, because it's like this is like really traumatizing, like to hear something like this.
Very strange and very just abnormal.
Right.
You know, you walk out of your house, nobody can find you. They feel like you're disoriented. They find you, and you know, like you said, I think a lot of people want some answers. Just like how, why, what happened? Were drugs involved? Was alcohol involved?
Exactly.
Like what did he fall and hurt his head?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's unbelievable. So we will let you know if there's anything else that comes from that. But I can tell you, just so we can, let you know who we lost in our community. His family, of course, talked about him, said he was kind and caring and warm-hearted. He was a musician and a producer. He's actually known as DJ Young Slade. And at this point, they're just kind of seeking privacy. They don't really want to talk about this publicly because this is painful.
Yeah.
This is awful. So we will move on to other stories. Again, we'll keep you posted on any developments from that. But there's another man in Metro Atlanta that's been charged with impersonating an officer. This time, it was apparently a Gwinnett County deputy. What is going on here?
I'm trying to tell you, this is starting to become a trend.
What is this?
This is starting to become a trend. Y'all have, and it wasn't our show that did this. I just want to let y'all know. We done reported on this a few times, but I told y'all don't do it.
We're highlighting it because it just keeps happening.
I just told y'all don't do it. But this is what happened. A guy named Samuel Baxter was arrested Thursday for allegedly impersonating a sheriff's deputy to carry out armed robberies and home invasions. All right, so the arrest followed a nearly month-long investigation into a group using the guise of authority to target victims, which is, again, let me use my words wisely when I say this. This is very genius, but don't do it. All right, that's very smart, but don't do it. All right, Baxter faces multiple violent felony charges and being held without bond as investigators search for his accomplices. All right, Baxter was taken into custody after a series of robberies which suspects allegedly posed as law enforcement. He is being held at the Gwinnett County Jail without bond. So,
hold on a second. Now, hold on a second. Did you just say that it was a group of people? Did I miss you say that?
Yeah.
Because I said that in your notes.
He's the one that got caught though.
But that would explain it. There is a months-long investigation into a group that's impersonating officers.
It's all coming together.
Okay. It wasn't us. That y'all are doing this.
This is all coming together.
Yes.
I didn't even put the two and two together.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Now that's crazy.
There's a ring of fake police officers out there that's been wilding out.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
That is a whole new creative way to be a gang.
100%.
We're impersonating police officers.
I'm just saying, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Crazy.
They had their own little fake police force.
Boy.
Oh my God.
They had their own fake police force, bro. Man.
Imagine they actually just show up and do some good.
Yeah.
I mean, if y'all want to make a force.
They was called the APNs.
The APNs.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
APN.
That is crazy. Oh my God. We need to figure out ways to tell if this is a real officer or not. Like, hey, this is how you know it's a real officer. This is how you know it's an APN.
There are probably signs.
There are definitely signs, bro.
There is
signs for sure. If he come in with a mouthful of gold, tattoo on his neck of his baby mama, he's definitely probably not the APD.
Can we see his picture one more time?
Yeah, one more time.
Boy, that's crazy. So now detectives say they're working to identify and locate other members of the group.
That is crazy.
They're telling me there's more. Bro, there's more of y'all out there. It's so wild to me, dog. It's so wild, bro. All right, man. This is the only time I'm gonna be shout out to the APNs because that is crazy, bro.
Look, this is how you know this. So here's some signs of a real police officer: a formal worn with a dress jacket, insignia for ceremony. So they have to have the insignia, standard daily uniform. They typically can't have beards. And they definitely don't have a piercing on their eye.
Nah.
Because that's a safety hazard. So just be aware of that, y'all.
There are probably signs.
Yeah, if they got a switch on their gun when they come into your house, the police don't have switches, okay?
And although Key says police been a gang as well, though.
They have.
And ski mask and a police uniform. Crazy.
Yeah.
The side, they shouldn't have the mask, ma'am.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's crazy. If they wearing distressed jeans, if they got
Exactly, ripped jeans.
They got ripped jeans and a white polo shirt on. You know what I'm saying? They are not APD. They'd give you a rest. Let me stop.
That is crazy. So we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I hope they get him because that is crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
wild.
And that's also why I don't want to make it a thing, but that's also why people were saying ICE needs to have actual identification, actual uniforms. Don't just let people in T-shirts with masks on grab people on the street and shove them in an unmarked van because then this happens. And they done started a whole group. A whole movement.
Like a little boy band. This is incredible. This is wild, bruh. I hope APN catches on too. I hope APN catches on.
Okay. Also, man, crazy incident over the weekend. Had a lot of people talking about this on the social medias. Basically, people are still shaken up, honestly, today after there was a gunman who barricaded inside of an apartment, opened fire, and injured 2 Atlanta police officers. It was a whole 7-hour standoff.
Yeah, it was a standoff. So what happened was Atlanta police were called to the Helios apartment complex twice Saturday morning after reports of gunfire. Now, when they arrived at 7:30 a.m., they observed the signs. They were scoping out the area, and they seen where the fire was coming from. The gunfire was coming from a specific apartment. According to police, the apartment's owner allowed the officers inside to investigate. When they finally did go inside, though, they entered a back room and were immediately met with gunfire from a man barricaded inside. 2 officers were injured. One person was scraped, grazed. There you go. One person was grazed on the arm, and another officer was grazed by the head, but nothing like critical. No critical damages actually came of it. The suspect is identified to be Alante Ray, 23 years old, of Stone Mountain, and Ray is being held in the Fulton County Jail right now. And Ray faces 8 counts of aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, property damage, possession of a firearm, and a hold for Cobb County.
God, dog.
Yeah, so
crazy.
When I was listening to the press release, the officers were saying that, you know, we tried to negotiate with the young man, but he just wasn't having it at the time. Hence why it was so long of a standoff. He was barricaded in a room and he had guns on him, you know?
And had already had 2 officers. I mean, that's crazy. Okay, so what I also found to be a little crazy, 5 officers apparently fired at the suspect and none of them hit the suspect.
Yep, time to go to training.
So, I mean,
time to go to training.
And I don't know, you know, we don't know what the layout was. Maybe he dipped and dodged behind a wall. But if you got 5 officers who are opening fire, you know, they probably lit that apartment up.
Come on now.
And not one hit the actual suspect. But I'm glad that they're okay. Yeah, one just had a shrapnel injury on his arm. The other one was grazed in the head by a bullet. But yeah, they were both let go from the hospital. So it wasn't that bad, like genuinely. But that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think he probably wanted to go back to jail. That's what it was, bro. Like, that's what it feels like. Yeah, that's what it feels like. You know what I mean? Like, bro, he probably done went to jail before. This is mind you, everything I say on this show is just how
you be making up.
That's what I be thinking, right? Yeah, this is just my imaginary mind moving. Okay, I think that, you know, he probably done went to jail before. Probably didn't want to go back, or you know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, I can't go back to jail. And it's like, yo, y'all either gonna have to kill me or you know what I'm saying, one of the two. That's what, you know.
Well, we saw that happen actually like last week, where the officers were trying to they also got shot at.
Yes.
Remember at the
hotel.
Yeah, at the little hotel there. They was trying to actually get inside. They were trying to arrest somebody. He started firing back. One officer actually lost his life.
Yeah.
He had 22 counts though. He's been arrested like 22 times though. So I guess you do make a point when you're saying that, you know, hey, people don't want to go back to jail.
Exactly. Well, if you don't want to go back to jail, don't do crime.
Right. Don't shoot to begin with and like say, hey, police, I would like for you to come right here. That's what you're doing. You know, that's the alarm for them. I think it's crazy that you're going to do something like this in Fulton County. Like all the stories about Fulton County Jail, I'm not committing crime in Fulton County. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to commit crime, not that anybody should commit crime, but like you'd want to go to like Cobb.
Somewhere.
So, I mean, like to commit a crime where you're definitely going to the Fulton County Jail in Fulton County is crazy. He's from Stone Mountain.
Also, it was 7:30 in the morning. Why are you this?
What's going on in your life?
7:30? 7:30 in the a.m.? Brother, that's a little too early to be shooting guns. You could have waited to 5.
Yeah.
Some of y'all need therapy. You know what I mean?
7:30 in the morning, a little too early.
That's what I'm thinking, though. I'm thinking it's more of a mental health issue. And I wonder, that doesn't necessarily give a pass, but it's like, I hear this. No normal person would do something like
No.
So not normal, but somebody I think he has to be going through something, right?
I just feel bad for the officers. Like, that's a crazy, and I guess I don't really think about what it might be like to literally be an officer, but to know that you could just go to a scene and either arrest someone or leave or end up getting shot at and in a 7-hour standoff. Like, you literally never know what you're going to get being an officer. That's crazy.
And the fact that one guy got grazed on the head.
It's a close call.
They probably going to be like, all right, wrap it up. Just put a little bandage over there. We'll let you sit out for a couple months. In a couple more months, we'll send you out there. Like, it's traumatizing. And this is why I say that if we do put more money into the police forces, training, put it in training, but also put it in their own mental health. They need to have mandatory therapy or something like that.
Quick question. Now, this is just my question.
All
okay?
right.
No.
It's always when he prefaces it.
This is my question.
He gives a disclaimer.
So it was 7 hours, right? So 7:30 to 2:30. You think he had some snacks in the back?
Oh my God.
No, for real. If you think about it, 7:30 to 2:30, that's a long time to be barricaded in the room. You don't think he had I would be hungry.
It's a valid question.
Y'all don't be thinking about that stuff. Y'all got to start thinking about those type of things.
But was he barricaded in the room or was he barricaded in the apartment? Because if he's in the apartment, he could have been cooking a meal.
No, he was barricaded in the back bedroom. So
just the back bedroom.
I mean, he probably snagged some snacks because he knew it was about to go down. You dig what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Y'all don't be thinking about that stuff.
No, of course nobody thinks about whether or not he had snacks. It's crazy.
Y'all don't be thinking about that. Y'all got to think about the stuff that matters. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, shout out to our officers who have to deal with all types of crap like this, and then get somebody on the news talking about, I wonder if the suspect had snacks. I wonder if he got to use the bathroom, or if he just went in a cup.
Goodness.
What if he had to go? What if it wasn't more than just pee? What are you talking about?
Hey, man.
Oh man.
The way my mind works.
Sometimes crime segment with Rondell. Rondell doesn't need his own crime segment. We all just talk about all the things that literally could not matter less.
Hey, man.
Oh, man. Okay. In between time, another big story that's actually kind of been years in the making at this point. Today, the jury is going to be selected in the Appalachia High School shooting trial. So that is jury selection happening today in the trial of Colin Gray. There's Colin Gray and there's Colt Gray. Colt Gray is the one who was basically suspected of doing the shooting. Colin Gray is his father.
Right. So yeah, like you said, Colin Gray is the father. So if you don't remember what happened, I'm gonna just give a real quick breakdown of actually what happened with the shooting. So on September 4th, 2024, a mass shooting occurred at Appalachia High School, resulting in 4 deaths and multiple injuries. Authorities charged Colt Gray, who was a minor at the time, he was 16 years old, with dozens of serious felonies, including malice murder and felony murder. Shortly after Colt Gray's arrest, his father, Colin Gray, was arrested also. Prosecutors argue that Colin Gray, the father, they argue that Colin Gray's action, including purchasing a firearm, an AR-style rifle for his son, could be something that he could be held accountable for. This is the second time that we've actually seen parents get charged for a mass shooting that happened for their kids. Do y'all think that they should be held accountable for that?
100%.
I think it probably depends on the situation, but I could totally see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
Like I said, yeah, 100%. I think the parents should definitely be charged because he got the guns from his dad, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So why wouldn't he be charged in that incident? You know
I don't know if he is. Because it's legal to have
it is legal to have guns in your house, 100%.
And it's legal to let your kids, I'm pretty sure, shoot a gun, like if like a training ring.
It's at 16 and
type
then,
situation.
But your guns are supposed to be locked up in a gun safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have your gun. You have to have I think it's at a certain age, your guns are supposed to be locked up in a gun safe. Regardless, your gun should be locked up in a gun safe, period, if you have kids below the age of 18 in the house.
Yeah. See, I've always thought it was weird that we even allow AR style guns in general.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you don't necessarily need them. Do people hunt with AR rifles or something?
Nah.
You can't do that because you're going to mess the meat up. So there's no real excuse other than you're just trying to cause massive damage. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're right.
So
What's so funny? Will, you are a mess, bro.
You're gonna mess the meat up.
Mess the meat up. Yeah, you'll mess the meat up.
All right,
if you use an AR because
it's
it's so many different bullets, you can't even eat the meat anymore.
Oh, you can't eat the meat anymore.
You guys are so immature. You guys are so immature. This is a family establishment.
It's wild.
This is a reputable news organization.
I'm sorry.
But there is no real reason why anybody should have an AR,
No, you're right.
Especially a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I was looking up, because I remember this case vividly. I was actually on the news when this happened, and we had to stand there for hours just like waiting for police to give updates because it was happening in real time. So Colin Gray gave the gun to his son, Colt Gray, as a Christmas present. And so that's kind of where people were like, okay, so you were the one who gave him this. And I believe there was some concern about him having that in general. There were reports that showed that authorities had previously investigated Colt for online threats, but I guess they interviewed Colt and his father about those potential threats to his school earlier in 2023, but they didn't find enough evidence to do anything about it at that time. So apparently at that interview, Colin Gray, the father, told officers that his son understood guns and that he'd be furious if these threats were real and he'd remove all the guns from the house. But it clearly that didn't happen. So that's why I think a lot of people were saying this could have been prevented. You know what I mean? Like if you didn't give your kid a gun for Christmas and if you'd maybe taken some of these threats, alleged threats seriously, maybe this wouldn't have happened. It seems like Colt Gray, the father, Colin Gray, the father, didn't really believe that his son was capable of doing something like this or that he was really a problem, or else, maybe he wouldn't have given him the gun. I don't know. But, that's sucks.
If you go up to the school and you're telling them all these things, you're reporting all these things to the teachers and stuff, and nothing's getting done about it. At some point, if you know that maybe your child might have an issue or might have a problem or might be liable or might, he has some type of anger issues or something, me as a parent, I would remove my child from the school. That's just me. I would remove my child from the school. If y'all not gonna do nothing about it, I'm gonna remove my child from the school because I know my child might act erratic. You know what I mean? And I don't know what he's liable or capable of doing, even though I don't think he's liable or capable of doing this. My child he's off his rocker, So I'm gonna remove my child so this won't happen.
Yeah.
Let's bring him to homeschool, or let's go to a different school. Let's do something else. You know what I mean? Let's figure this out, because if I'm bringing this problem to you and you're not getting it done or you're not like fixing the problem, then stuff like this happens.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Well, just to your question earlier, I totally understand why parents are held liable in the two cases where it's happened. And I've honestly thought before in the past that, man, these parents, how did you not know? Like, how are you not paying that much attention to your kid where you know that this is something that they were thinking about, possibly doing? They must just have free reign in your household. And in that case, it's kind of negligent of you. Especially in this day and age where kids are a lot more sensitive and they are bringing guns in these schools. It's not a surprise to anybody anymore. So at that point, like, it feels like it's on parents everywhere to literally pay a lot of attention to their kid to make sure that they're not thinking about doing something like this or, even able to.
Yeah, and I get it, but I think about it from, like, if I was in this position and it was one of my children that actually did this, God forbid it, knock on wood, I wouldn't hope that it never actually happens, but like, we see all the time that teenagers do crazy things. Like we reported like probably last month sometime where a dad had to turn his own son in. He turned his own son in for committing murder, allegedly. So it's just like, how much could you be held responsible for somebody that's 16 years old? They're almost an adult. They're 2 years away from being an adult. There's not much you could really do to stop them from doing certain things in general. Like if he wanted to get it done, I'm sure he could have. And that's kind of tough. Like what if the dad actually was trying to keep the guns away from him? Are they going to take that into account? But it's just difficult. It's difficult.
Did he lock the guns away?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, how did he get his hands on it to even bring it to the school?
And that's what they're going to be going through in the trial.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to be. I don't know. It's tough because again, 16 is like they're almost grown.
Here's a question I want to pose to you guys. If this was your child and they already have done this, as a parent, do you stand behind your child or do you throw your child to the wayside and say, you know what, I can't look at you the same?
Well, I was actually thinking like, man, if this were my kid, like I would feel devastated and like not want to go down for what they did because presumably I tried my best to make them into like a good person. And man, I don't know. It's hard because I don't have a kid. You know, I can't feel that, man. What if anybody has a kid? Like, let us know. Like, what would you do? Literally, if you found out your kid did something like this, they took a gun into a school and shot it up. Like, literally, what would you do? What would you think?
What would you do?
Maybe if I was a father, I think I would actually want to be held accountable because it's like I already feel that guilt.
Yeah.
I know parents is already going to be looking at me like, what did you do? You're a monster. Your kid is a monster and you raised a monster. So it's like I would feel guilty and I would want to go to prison. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, if he was being charged as an adult and maybe he, you know, you guys were in there together, you know, maybe that'd be
right.
That'd be preferable because then at least I could try to look out for him. What a situation, man. Man.
So the dad, he actually faces 29 counts. He can get up to 180 years in prison. Wow. 180 years? I don't know about that one.
You rethinking it.
I can do like 10. I'll do 10 for him, but like I can't do no 180.
Because he didn't do it, you know. But I mean, again, like at what role does the fact that you didn't know as a parent that your child was capable potentially, because you know these are just allegations, of doing something like this?
Right.
You should have known. I mean, at some point, somebody's got to get held accountable.
Somebody, and who is it?
You know, because we keep having this conversation about, oh, ban guns. Oh, don't ban guns. Oh, it's mental health, but we're not going to do anything about mental health. It's like something's got to start deterring parents. It starts with the parents. You know what I mean? Because like now I'm going to be extra sure that I lock these guns up. Now I'm going to be extra sure I'm looking at your social media. I'm asking you how your day went. Like I'm going to make sure you're not out in these streets about to do something to some school because I know my butt is on the line too. I mean, I get it. I get it, man. But we have so much more to talk about, so don't go anywhere. We're right back after this break.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 mornings with Merrill. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all.
Let's go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Wale, where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey!
saying. Let's go.
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. We're here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What it do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
this sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.
Welcome back to Hot 97 News Atlanta. Another day, another drug bust in Metro Atlanta.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
Because this time, 2 people got arrested in Clayco.
Oh, man. I hate that it's got to be my county. But I know. It has to be our county. A week-long narcotics investigation by Clayton County Police Department resulted in 2 arrests. All right. Officers seized multiple illegal drugs, cash, gift cards, in a vehicle believed to be tied to drug distribution. The investigation remains active now. The investigation began in late December of 2025 after initial arrests involving methamphetamine possession. Detectives continue investigating suspected drug transportation and distribution within the city. On Wednesday, February 4th of this year, officers conducted a traffic stop in Clayton involving a vehicle believed to be used to transport narcotics. The driver and passenger were arrested following the stop. Again, I do not know when we got all these drugs in the city. When did all this start happening? I do not remember there being so much drugs. Since the BMF era, I thought drugs kind of like dissipated a little bit. But now, what?
Maybe it's that it's coming to light more. Or maybe we are starting to see it more. Because I haven't seen it like this. I just got into the news cycle for real. That's crazy. Like, it blows my mind every day when I hear stuff like this.
This is a lot.
So they were just arrested at a traffic stop and they found all that stuff in the car?
Yeah, found everything. So
wow.
Yeah, that picture. Yeah. So here's a little bit of what they just so we can run it down real quick. So they got charges of trafficking cocaine, possession of fentanyl, possession of methamphetamine, possession of tramadol, possession of Xanax, various traffic violations, evidence seized, vehicle allegedly in drug transportation, thousands of dollars in cash, multiple gift cards. So
they seized their car and
seized their
cash
car and cash.
some gift cards.
Yep.
Dang.
Yep.
Crazy.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Riding around Clayco at that is even crazier.
You're
with all that
wild.
on you. Bro, I was driving through Clayco on like Saturday. Bro, I kid you not. It was like 5 different police like pullovers. Like they was pulling everybody out.
Yeah, police,
like
not
left
surprised.
and right, bro.
Yeah, Clayton County Police don't play, bro.
Yeah.
Really?
Like at all, bro. Clayton County Police do not play at all. Lovejoy Police really don't play. Like the Jonesboro Police pretty cool, but Clayton County Police in a whole do not play. Like if you slide down Terra Boulevard, be prepared to like slow down. There's police all through Terra Boulevard, bro.
With like known spots.
Yeah, known spots.
You know what I mean? Like, so we gotcha.
Yeah, Clayton County don't play, bro.
I mean, it was gas station here, complex here. Like it was really crazy. I was like, wow.
But you know what? And that's why, again, and we'll move on. Some cities don't live like that to where they're literally just out to catch you. You know what I mean? Some cities, the police, you don't see them until you call them because they don't even have the force and there's not the crime like that. So they're not just out there just trying to hope they can, send you to jail. But they do catch a lot of people.
They do.
You know what I mean?
They
so
do. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't seen too many police in Alpharetta. I ain't gonna hold you. Not too many out here. Hey,
what's the demographic over in Alpharetta?
Whitey, white. It's like living in the Caucasus Mountains.
What about Clayco? What's the demographics in Clayco?
My brothers and sisters.
You already know.
My brothers and sisters.
Well, there you have it.
In other news, Falcons rookie James Pierce Jr. has been arrested in Florida, and apparently he is facing multiple charges.
Yeah, this one kind of hurt. So before I get into the story, I just want to read y'all his stats because he actually is not just like a rookie. Wait, because he's not just like this rookie that's like we need him. All right. So last year he played 17 games, had 17 solo tackles, 9 assisted tackles, total 26 tackles, had 10.5 sacks, had 5 passes defended, and 1 fumble recovery. All right. So it's terrible what I'm about to read you, but just keep that in mind, okay? Atlanta Falcons rookie linebacker James Pierce Jr. posted a $20,500 bond Sunday after his arrest in South Florida. Pierce faces several charges, including aggravated stalking and fleeing or eluding police. The arrest comes as the Falcons transitions to new leadership under head coach Kevin Stefanski and general manager Ian Cunningham. It's not a good look right now as we're going through this transitional phase. Pierce was arrested Saturday and booked at the Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center. Police say the incident began as a domestic dispute in Florida. Doral Police Chief Edward Lopez confirmed the dispute involved Pierce and Rakea Jackson, a forward for the Los Angeles Sparks. Yes.
What?
Yes. Pierce was issued a pretrial stay-away order from Jackson. According to police reports, Pierce fled from officers and crashed his vehicle during the incident.
So he's with someone who plays for the Sparks.
Yes. Yeah, they love it. And the crazy thing is, everybody loves Rakea.
Oh,
yeah, they
no.
love her. Yeah. They love her. Everybody like, hey, he better not put a hand on her. This, that, and the third. So
wait, was this like a known potential problem?
No, this came out of nowhere.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah. So it's a very bad look right now because we are going through a transitional phase with the Falcons. So I mean, I don't know if you're gonna get some PT this year, brother. I guarantee you that.
I'm sorry. You wanted to read his stats first?
I did want to read his stats first.
To distract us from the fact that he
I did kind of, but I mean
fled from police and crashed his car after being accused of.
It's just an accusation. Okay, just an accusation. We don't know if it's true or not. You know what I'm saying? But I did want to get the facts out there, and I also wanted to get the stats out there. Okay, you know what I mean?
Unbelievable.
Why are you looking like that, Million?
This story is disappointing.
Okay.
Like, black men, we got to step it up, man.
Okay.
And I hate to take it there, like, black man, like, but this is a black couple. Like, they was posting each other on Instagram. Like, there was young people looking at them like, yo, this is a beautiful couple.
Goals.
This is goals.
Yep.
This is what I want. And me being y'all know how I am. I'm a HBCU alma mater and everything like that. So I'm like, yes, black love, black everything. But when I hear this, it's just like, dang. And it's not just me, because my girlfriend, she's seen it, and she literally was like, mind you, my girlfriend is a black woman, but she was like, what's wrong with y'all? I'm like, y'all, not all of us.
Wait a minute, not y'all.
Ask him, sis. Ask him.
Not all of us.
I was like, whoa, not all of us. It's not all of us, but at the same time, it's like, it is a lot of times that we're seeing things like this in the news. We're seeing this in the news cycle, especially athletes at that. I mean, Stephon Diggs, he literally has to go through some stuff right now because he was alleged to be choking out a woman.
A chef.
And it's just like, golly, we got to hold each other accountable. So me as a black man, he cannot celebrate Black History Month this year. Or next year too.
Okay.
He can't celebrate it this year. He can't celebrate it next year.
Well,
he can't celebrate it the year after. Of course he should go to prison, do what if it's found that he's guilty, all that. But you just make us look bad as a whole, bro. Black men has been fighting these allegations for a while. And you just added to them, bro. I'm so disappointed in you, brother. I'm so disappointed.
He can't celebrate Black History Month. It's crazy.
You don't get to celebrate.
This is coming from somebody that said kick rocks intro intro was the best intro ever.
I'm not doing any damage to our community.
That's all I
bro.
gotta say.
He may not be the one who's able to make that distinction for somebody whether or not they can and can't celebrate Black History Month.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
He's not the holder of the black cards.
Exactly. You know,
Who's not? I went to HBCU. None of y'all went to HBCU.
That is true.
That don't make you the holder of the black card.
I got a little stakes in it. Now.
This does suck though, man. I will say that if this is true, man, it will be a blow for the Falcons 100%. I mean, the Falcons, they released a statement Saturday night saying that they are gathering more information and will not comment further on an open legal matter as they should, because they just don't know what's going on.
Right, because before they got arrested, they were talking about how great he was.
Oh, he's amazing.
And now they're, planning to deploy him and this other guy, for their new defensive system. So, they are punching the air right now.
100%.
Especially when it comes to domestic-related issues. That's a whole big thing for a big community of people who, flee domestic situations. And then it's Rakea, who you're saying people love too.
They
love
her.
They
love her. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Falcons do.
He should definitely lose his career. He should definitely go serve some time if it's proven that he's guilty. And he should not be able to celebrate Black History Month for the next couple of years.
Okay.
I'm sticking with that.
Okay.
You got to earn it back, bro. You got to earn it back.
Okay, my guy.
I would like to hear who else can't celebrate Black History Month.
Who else can't celebrate?
I'll make a list.
Yeah,
I'll make a list.
Now I'd like to know who else can't celebrate.
Huh.
Can they? Is it dependent on whether or not they like the Kid Rock show?
Yeah. Can R. Kelly celebrate Black History Month?
Can R. Kelly celebrate?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
What about Diddy?
Heck no. Not this year.
What about Jay-Z?
Jay-Z? It's still in the air.
It is still in the air.
It's not necessarily, he's not found guilty. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Amen.
What about Kanye West?
Yay, man, he kind of got a platinum card. So it's like we acknowledge him as one of our leaders in our community.
Okay.
We give him a platinum card. He'd be wilding sometimes.
Okay.
But he always gets to celebrate.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up with a list.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, please. Yeah, we're all intrigued.
But before the end of Black History Month, I would like to know who can't celebrate Black History Month from Million. I would love that. I would love to hear that.
For sure.
So James Pierce Jr., our 1 minute of Black excellence is not for you.
Facts. You will not be getting one.
Facts. Real talk.
In other news, we could soon learn what the FBI raid on an elections facility in Fulton County was all about. There was a federal judge who said that those records need to be unsealed.
Yeah, last month, as you know, the FBI executed a court-authorized search warrant at the Fulton County election facility. They took over 600 boxes of ballots and election-related records from the 2020 presidential election. Now, remember, I reported on it maybe last week or so that Fulton County retaliated and tried to sue back, saying, hey, the way that you conducted these searches, the way that you didn't actually give us a heads up, you wasn't supposed to technically take the documents.
Right.
And then when you did take the documents, you didn't do an inventory on the documents either. So now we're looking at that. So, but just now the judge did grant access to the FBI, saying that you can unseal these documents.
Yep.
So they took them at first and they just had to hold it until they got the permission from the judge saying we could open them. So now we could possibly see what's in those documents if there was some wrongdoing in the election in 2020. And this is huge.
It is. Especially because Fulton County admitted back in December that they didn't sign those tabulator tapes. And that does violate Georgia elections regulations. And the streets were saying, we thought that the 2020 election was totally safe, totally secure, nothing went wrong. But apparently Fulton County at the time acknowledged that around 130 tabulator tapes from the 2020 election weren't properly signed. So then I went to go look up what that really means, how many votes we're talking about here. And they were saying that that's about 315,000 early in-person ballots that we're talking about potentially not having been signed. And what a tabulator tape even is, basically on election day, each voting machine is going to print out a paper report. It's a tabulator tape, and that shows the total number of votes that were recorded on that machine when the polls close. It's like a cash register receipt at the end of the day showing how much money came in. So here's the tabulator. This is all the votes. And so there's supposed to be a signature. There's a Georgia election rule that requires all the poll workers to sign those tapes. Yes, we saw it. I have tracked that this is the right number. This is the right votes. Like, everything's good. The numbers are accurate. So if they don't have a signature on it, the concern is that maybe somebody took that paper out and slid it in for another one. Like, why are all these papers unsigned? Mm-hmm. And does that mean that somebody switched them out for different votes? It doesn't, but it could. That's the whole problem.
Right. Like you said, it doesn't, but it could. It's verification.
Yeah.
Like, how do we know that the people that signed these documents was actually citizens? Because, again, I mean, you would expect there to be a process and for everybody to follow the rules in that process, but maybe some people slip the cracks. Maybe some people, snuck their way in there. That's why they have this process in general, to where you have to have 2 people sign off on these tabulator tapes before they even send them up there. So it's really shaky. Fulton County, I'm really disappointed. And at first I was backing them up. I was like, yo, Fulton County, I think that Trump is doing this because he just wants the people to be scared come election day. But he might actually have some merit to these claims.
We don't know. For years, the streets were saying that man was crazy. He was just trying to dig up old stuff, and he lost the election. He needed to let it go. It went to court all over the country. None of those court cases amounted to anything, and there is no evidence of widespread fraud that stole the election, and he has not let that go. His supporters have not let that go. His supporters stormed the January 6th Capitol. That whole incident happened because of this. And so, when they came out in December and were like, oh, by the way, we didn't, we got a bunch of tabulator tapes that were unsigned. It was like, wait, what? What? Because it's not evidence of fraud, but it does create some uncertainty. Like, what do you mean? So now they seized all that stuff, and Fulton County said, hold on, you didn't do that right. So now we get to unseal that seizure and actually see what you guys are poking around and looking at.
Right. And with this being a really big election coming up, it's like you have to look and see if there's any collusion going on, if there's any wrongdoings going on, because this election could determine if Trump is king again, or these next 2 years he's going to be able to be barred because of the the Democrats. So we'll just have to see, man. Keep an eye out on
shall see what happens. You know who else is going to have to see what'll happen? There's about 100 teachers who work for charter schools right now, but they just found out they're about to lose their job. This is KIPP Soul Schools. They just announced they are closing in June.
Yeah, KIPP Soul Academy is closing. The move is tied to a broader restructuring and cost-saving effort connected to district under-enrollment. So basically what they're saying is people aren't enrolling in these schools anymore in Fulton, in Atlanta. Earlier district signals suggested major changes might not occur until 2027, 2028. They said it wasn't going to happen in 2027 or 2028, but they moved it up to 2026. So now parents is like, dang, what are we going to do? What do we do? I mean, do we have to send our kids to another school somewhere else? And then also 100 and something teachers just lost their job. We don't know. It's kind of interesting to see what will actually come from this. Students will be able to attend their zone schools with Atlanta Public Schools or apply to other KIPP schools. So it's not KIPP as a whole, but it's the ones that's in Atlanta.
Is KIPP like a specialty kind of charter school? Like, what's their thing? What's their vibe?
That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah, KIPP is it is from what I was looking at, KIPP Academy was a specialty type of school. Let me just see what they actually specialize in.
Yeah, because charter schools, they don't have to follow like a public school model. So there are some charter schools I've seen that kind of deal with kids who have maybe behavioral issues, not in like a mental way, but like maybe they are literally acting out. They have bad behavior. And so some kids will say like, okay, we're going to focus on some charter schools will say we're going to focus on trying to build them up as men and maybe not focus on their grades so much. And other charter schools might focus on, really honing in on, let's say, STEM. So like different charter schools can be different things. And so parents really love like their specific charter school in some cases.
Yeah, they specialize in multiple different academic programs, and they also specialize in special education services also. But their main thing is just getting kids ready for college, getting people ready for the next step.
It's kind of all schools though.
Yeah, you do have a point. But it's with it being a charter school, I mean, I think that they're more hands-on in that, though.
Yeah, it's only kindergarten through 4th or 5th grade from what I'm seeing. Yeah.
Interesting. So, that's unfortunate. But I'm sure if those teachers need a job, that as much as we hear about shortages and teacher shortages all over the country.
Go to Clayton County. They looking for a bunch of teachers out there. They got a bunch of teachers they looking for in Clayton County, boy.
And that's
everybody.
Tough. That's tough for a teacher because I was like I said, I was a teacher at one point, yeah. But like to go from somewhere like Kip Academy where the structure is different. You don't have such tight rules from the actual system, from the education system, because it's private that you have to answer to. So now and then there's also different type of kids that you're dealing with too. You go to Clayco, there's certain rules and stipulations that you have to follow. And then there's different kids there. I ain't gonna say what the difference is, but it's different kids there. So now it's kind of tougher as a teacher. It could be more strenuous. It could cause more stress on the teacher. It's just difficult.
And I also just looked it up. It says that it does do the standard public school curriculum, and it has extracurriculars and enrichment, blah, blah, blah. But it also structures some grade level identity around values, community, culture, and activism. And so certain grade levels are tied to themes like African culture and activism and whatnot. So they build that activism curriculum into the public school-esque curriculum as well. So that's why parents were like, oh, okay, we like these schools for our kids.
Right. It's difficult.
So going back to regular public school would be different,
As a teacher, because again, some of those kids be wilding. I hate to say it. Those
in
public school kids be wilding, yo.
Yes, they do.
Yo, you almost have it good when you're in a private school because you could do a little bit more. You could even interact with the kids a little bit more. The ratios is different. You could have 2 teachers in a room if in a private school, as opposed to you go to public school, they don't have the funding to do certain things like that. So now it's like, it's going to be a lot more stressful for some of these teachers. I feel so bad for them.
Public school builds character, though.
For who?
Public school builds character, man. It turns you to a real human instead of like this robotic person of, oh man, I gotta live up to what society is telling me to live up to. No, public school lets you live out dreams, and you get to, you can be this and you can be that and you could do this, and they don't crap on your dreams or any of that. But private schools, man, I have a lot of private kids, a lot of friends that went to private schools, and they were taught, got to go to college. You got to get this degree. You got to do that. You got to do this. And none of them have any of that. You know what I mean? Like they all are just, they all grew up to be like, pretty crappy people for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But all my public school friends I grew up with, all are doing amazing things.
Yeah.
Because they were able to live out their dreams and live out, they built character in public school. Get in a fight or two, get your shoes.
Get in a fight or two.
Get your shoes stole out your locker. You know what I mean? Get in a food fight. You know what I mean? Have some fun.
Bro, that is so alarming. If I was a parent, yes, if I was a parent and I sent my kids to KIPP and they was chilling over there, they was actually learning how to be activists and community leaders. And you send them to public school, now they fighting? Now you talking about they got to fight for their life?
Fight for their
Bro,
life.
I'd be terrified as a parent, dog. You crazy.
I wouldn't.
Oh, man.
My kids going to public school.
Are they?
Flat out. 100%.
Interesting.
100%.
If I had the choice, I was trying to move on, but we've already, we're going to have to kill a couple of stories,
Go ahead.
No, because y'all want to talk about public school so much.
My bad. Go ahead.
Now, okay, what do y'all want to talk about? Waymo? The community
Let's do
spotlight.
Waymo.
All right,
Waymo.
look, y'all. Atlanta, if you get in one of those Waymo cars, it might be being controlled by somebody in the Philippines. And that's nothing to do with the Philippine story. That's just happening to show you these Waymo cars are getting into accidents. That's what had the chief safety officer having to talk to Congress in the first place. There's a chief safety officer at Waymo who was asked, so what happens when a Waymo car encounters a driving situation that it can't independently figure out? And the answer was that the Waymo phones a human friend for help, so that the Waymo communicates with a remote assistance operator. So they ask, so where are the assistance operators located? And the guy told lawmakers that some are based in the United States and others are abroad. And then, conversation happens and they're like, no, what do you mean by abroad? Took some more questioning, but eventually he was like, yeah, they're in the Philippines. So Apparently, he says they provide guidance. They do not remotely drive the vehicles. They just do things like confirm what the car is seeing and advising a safe path and a lane choice. And the car can't ignore their suggestion if it wants, apparently. But they keep getting into accidents. So it's like, who is controlling these things? One just hit a kid in California. That's probably what got them in front of Congress to begin with. Like, how are these self-driving cars hitting children and getting into accidents?
Yeah, it's really crazy. And with us being in Atlanta, they're all over.
All over,
yes.
bro.
All over, everywhere. They drive slow as ever, but people just keep on calling them as opposed to calling a Lyft. And I hate that they're called, like, I haven't looked at any stats on this or anything right now, but potentially if Waymo does get bigger, it could cause, other drivers, Lyfts, because Lyft even does self-driving services also, Lyfts, Uber drivers, actual human beings to lose their jobs because everybody wants to go to the AI route, the self-driving car route.
Hold on. I just asked this because I'm not really sure. But it was my understanding that you didn't actually choose the Waymo car, that you called the Uber and the Waymo showed up or a person showed up, but like you don't necessarily even get to choose. And this says, you don't call Waymo by itself, but Waymo vehicles are available through the Uber app.
Right.
So when you request an UberX or Uber Comfort or Uber Comfort Electric, the system may match you with a Waymo car if one is nearby.
I could just see an old person ordering an Uber and then a Waymo pull up and where the person at?
The devil?
Where is the person at? You want me to get in the car with nobody? How am I supposed to get in? Who's driving this thing?
Yeah.
But and who do you sue? Can you pull up that picture again? Now, who do you sue? How is this?
I think you sue Uber.
You would have to.
Yeah, because I think Uber has a policy. Probably policy is like ridiculously huge, but I think they have a policy with Waymo. So it's like you'll probably just sue Uber.
How mad would you be if your driverless car got into an accident? You got to go to the airport. You got to go pick up your car. You got to do any number of things. You're like in the car and back hurt.
Yeah.
I'd
be pissed.
That's crazy.
I'm looking at it right now. MK. He said Asian drivers monitoring the Waymos laugh out loud, wondering how that turns out.
We don't need
that is scary, man. No,
we don't need to.
Why would you comment that?
Take things there. The point. Please.
No, that is crazy.
Please. All drivers are fine drivers. We don't have to throw race into this.
No, that is crazy.
Oh, God, that's funny.
Shout out to MK.
But if you were the other driver and you get out and you're looking for the other driver who you need to exchange information with, this was just my Uber. Like, here's my phone. You don't have anything. I mean,
scan the QR code.
Scan the QR code if I get into an accident with you. That's crazy. That's crazy. Boy. Okay, well, really quick, we have got to shout the streets of Atlanta out because we got so much good stuff coming. We are right now watching with a lot of you on YouTube, but we're also on your TVs as well. And we were caught in 4K. Look at that. Someone was watching us on TV.
Yeah, shout out to the Crunch over at 2203 Roswell Road in Marietta. Shout out to Crunch for just throwing us up there on the TV, man. That is love,
That's
man.
hard.
Please tell your family and your friends to just, if they got a barbershop, if they have any kind of a business where they just put the news on, put us on.
Yeah.
Right.
We just talking with the people. Hop on YouTube. Throw some comments in there. We'd love to interact with you guys. Love you guys to watch us and support us. We got a studio that's almost done getting built, so it's going to look a lot more official in these streets. So we're really excited about it. But that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 Mornings with Merrill. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Yo. Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all. That's
Let's go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Wale, where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. First, here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What they do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
This sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.